The next cut we're gonna do is a julienne, which is a fine matchstick. Normally with a julienne, I'm using it for a finished plated item, something that is pretty, it's a garnish. It's another precision cut that you're using so the food looks good. In order to julienne this pepper, I'm gonna take off both ends of the pepper, and then I'm going to cut out the center part of the pepper. Cut it into a piece that's easily manageable. I'm gonna press down on my knife lightly and kind of saw away any excess pepper. So I have a nice thin slab. My hand's a little bit in the way of the knife, but I'm not going so fast that I'm gonna slip and hurt myself. Again, I'm holding my pepper with the claw and I'm just going down and through, right? So I'm not rocking, I'm pushing this through so I have nice fine matchsticks. If you just kind of push down, you're kind of crunching into it and crushing the pepper, not getting a nice even cut. So this is the bias cut. The bias cut is basically a long, shallow angle. With small things like green onions, it's usually a garnish and we want it to look really good. With larger items like a carrot, you're trying to make more surface area so that it cooks evenly. So with the bias cut on our scallions, I usually offset them and then I'm gonna cut the stem end off. I'm using that same high cut that we use for precision cuts and push down and through. You can adjust the thickness by moving your claw hand in or out, but you'll notice the knife is resting on my knuckle. A good bias cut, 20 to 40 degrees. You can make them longer and flatter if you want. You can make them a little more shallow. I usually go with about 45 degrees. Make sure you have your protractor out when you do this. Chopping, we're basically rocking the knife. Here, we're sliding it through. Again, if we chop this and go straight down, we get a little more of a crushing sound. We're not getting a really nice, smooth edge on our cut. This next cut is a mince, and a mince is basically a rough chop on a very small scale. We're not really worried about getting a precise look to our product. We just want to chop a lot of it in a quick amount of time. When I start my mince, I want to take the skin off. And this isn't necessarily a cut, but you'll see a lot of chefs do this. You put your blade on top of the knife. I always face my blade away just for safety. Give it a little tap. And then the skin comes off fairly easily. And then I just go in with that low cut or the rocking cut. Mince one way, and then I go the opposite way. The pivot point of my knife is usually the tip of the knife. I'm lifting the back and chopping down with the back of the knife. If it gets caught on the blade, wipe it off the blade and then chop.